you're an engineer.
Right.
So if when I think about that, I think of some way that the kite loses the wind. What happens? How do you deal with all that?
Okay.
And then after that, what kind of wire or what kind of not rope?
Well, there are synthetic ropes. They're called lines that you control the kite. Of course, the force is significant. The big difficulty in development, that's why these systems are quite expensive. The German system is about $750,000. But of course, you are pulling a big container ship. The Maui system is smaller and it's priced at $250,000, and it's very good for our tug and barge operators. Now, the thing is that it's computerized and motorized. So, as you said, in the eventuality that it loses lift, so there is no wind, very quickly the motors pull it in. So by pulling it in, it stays aloft and it comes in and it wraps, folds and drops. The small case that they have for recreational, it's like the size of a suitcase.
Panos, this is amazing.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Absolutely amazing.
It is, and it is a must-do, because there is no solution for cutting fuel consumption for those massive container ships that all of us depend so much, not only in Hawaii, but the Trans-Pacific fleet. There's nothing, I mean, you cannot put solar panels. I mean, these boats require huge energy. So you cannot really feed a tanker boat with solar panels. You need something substantial. And wind, particularly at 300 feet elevation, is very strong.
So you deploy the kite quite high.
You deploy the kite when the winds are favorable.
And the winds are more prevalent up higher?
Yes, you gain, for every 100 feet, you largely gain something like 10% for the initial strata. Yeah, you cannot go too far because you may lose controllability, but 300 feet to 500 feet is a good elevation to have. That's why the giant windmills also, they want to go high to catch the stream.
But Panos, then, are they actually deploying ships with kites now?
That's actually at the UH, we try to help them a little bit to get some large federal contracts to outfit actual industrial boats. They have outfitted various sizes of recreational boats, which are lighter and smaller kites. But going down to the tug and barge operators, I think they have signed an agreement with one of them to do the deployment. But now they need some money to actually build it and deploy it.
Now, is Germany actually deploying the system yet?
They have not recorded actual sales, but they say now they are up to 4 experimental boats because the German and European government is very much behind them. So
are they
America better catch up. Yeah, I know. You've been to Germany, and in renewables they're very much ahead. Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, and in England, the United Kingdom, the government is there with the money. Scotland, the same thing. Ireland, the same thing. They're funding the universities, and the universities are stepping up and being the leaders in renewable energy.
Right.
And I know that at least on the wave energy technology, we see Ireland being one of the leaders. Scotland just came out with its roadmap for wave energy. And it's so exciting, but they have the government support, the government attention, and in this country we're miles behind.
Apparently, yes. We obviously don't have any tidal and electricity generation because of tidal waves or other kinds of waves, yes. We're a little bit limited in America, thinking only solar and wind.
Well, I agree with you
on
that.
And actually, Hawaii is a little misdirected in this direction, in the sense that our natural strength, as you said, number 1 is waves, number 2 is Goddess Pele, geothermal. I mean, we have the Puna geothermal plant on the Big Island, but that's very little. I mean, Iceland is over 50% geothermal, and they have the same volcanic force. I mean, every time I get the opportunity, I say, actually, geothermal's energy is Pele's gift to her own people, because all you do is you mix water with the lava, you get steam, you get electricity. Your lifestyle skyrockets using completely natural resources. Just water into the lava, steam, propel the generator, get electricity. It doesn't get any cleaner than that.
Panos, you know, we were talking about the $5 to $6 billion it will cost to build rail. Every year in Hawaii, because of our huge dependence on fossil fuel to power our islands and drive our vehicles, we send $7 billion a year. out of state to foreign countries.
Right.
Not within the United States. It goes out to foreign countries.
In fact, Cynthia, is my guess that
and that's to bring in the polluting oil.
Right. For $2 or $3 billion, we can have Maui and the Big Island completely off fossil.
And this would be wonderful.
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 Oahu is a difficult case. First of
Right.
all, it's heavily populated, and second, we don't have geothermal.
No.
The ability to find lava on Oahu is minimal, so, unfortunate. But Maui can have some, and of course, they can redouble the efforts on the Big Island.
Well, this is, I wish we would do this, Panos. I mean, it's more than a wish. I think
Right.
that we need the political will to step forward, and we need the national political will to say, we're going to start funding these different renewable energy projects. And in Hawaii, of course, WAVE would come to the top of that. When
Yes.
I go to those international conferences and I find out what they are, how the governments are supporting the test basins for wave energy, so the companies can come and they can reach commercial status.
Right.
And you look around our country and it just isn't
There's very
happening.
little. Very little. Yeah.
And
I agree with you.
But I'm so excited about the kite project.
Yes.
And that it's on Maui.
It is
and
on Maui.
in
It's,
Germany. Have the
actually-
two connected with each other? The two?
No, at this point they have actually different patents. It's a different, so
I see.
it's very nice.
They're
because
in competition.
Right now it's like Microsoft and Apple, but I think in
love
this
it.
case Apple will have better apples. So, so the Maui system will be more affordable and particularly more suitable for the types of vessels we have here. The Germans are actually, this is very good because the Germans are concentrating on very large vessels,
right.
and the KFS people, the kite for sale people on Maui, they go from medium to like fishing fleets. I mean, talking about professional fishing fleets from Alaska to Japan, 37,000 vessels registered with Lloyd's. I mean, the market is huge,
Oh, it
and
is
it's
huge.
completely ignored.
And you know, this kite company has been under the radar screen.
For
I
the
don't
most
think
part,
anyone has
yeah,
really.
only
we
people
haven't
very
heard that much
clued in.
about.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Because there is not a device for sale. It's not ready to go
I
to
see.
sale right now. They need to do more development, debug it, and make it foolproof for larger systems, so the
But
fishermen can
Panos,
take out
that's really
reliably.
going back to the ancient voyagers,
Yes.
which used
Yeah, it
kites.
is. It is. That's an interesting thing
Basically.
of how life rearranges itself from
Right.
removing itself from taking things out of the earth and using more of what is more readily available, which is wind power, solar power.
This is beautiful.
It is.
And the
it's actually-
wisdom that they had, they
Yeah.
knew we're more in touch
Yeah.
with our environment
Right.
than we are today.
Well, this was a natural evolution. I think, the price of coal and the price of oil was so cheap and the energy density so
Well, true.
high. And then, who cares for wind? I mean, wind went on the buy side because it was too slow. Well, now it comes as a very, very useful auxiliary power.
Right.
So 30% savings right now, it looks very good.
Oh,
It's
my,
like
yes.
immediately tomorrow they tell me that my car will be doing the same speed for 30% less fuel. It's a no-brainer.
Well, and actually, if you stop to think, if we could keep even a third of that $7 billion
Exactly.
a year in state,
Exactly.
provide the jobs for our young
Yeah.
people, your graduates then
That's right.
would be able to go to work right away
That's right.
with renewable energy.
So you
field.
get a very good transition for the next 20, 30 years until something bigger and better comes around. I mean,
Right.
that's how technology works in substantial increments. And who knows, eventually we may have cold fusion and solve the energy problem but for now it remains, very theoretical.
Well, Panos, I really appreciate you coming and talking with me.
It's
I
fun talking
learn
with
every
you.
time I sit down and talk with you, and
Sure.
I'm very excited about what you are doing up at the university,
Yeah.
and excited about this kite project.
Yes.
I'm very apprehensive about the rail project, but
I know.
so we've got a mixed bag here. But I appreciate the viewers tuning in today, and Panos, I want you to come back again so we can continue our renewable energy discussions and also communicate with the viewers out there about what we can be doing in Hawaii to make ourselves a greener and better place. Aloha to all of you.